Humans. Why do they pretend to be someone who they are not? This is but another tale reaped from my past life. Stay, only if your curiosity has gotten the better of you. Hey, stop right there! A boy yelled with his head peeking out of the classroom door, and his eyes locked onto the person he was hunting. "You're not getting away today," he grumbled, then smirked, watching his target about to disappear around the corner towards the end of the corridor. The school bell continued to chime, signaling the end of another miserable school day. In the corridor, a wave of students rushed for transportation, eager to escape this dreary place. Not a single person paid attention to yet another verbal outrage from that boy. Yet, as if on command, everyone shuffled to the side and glued themselves to the wall. Like Moses parting the Red Sea, a clear path appeared down in the middle of the corridor, allowing the boy to speed through. In a blink of an eye, the boy was already closing in on his target. As he approached his target from behind, he reached out his arm and stretched out his hand, slamming down heavily on the student's shoulder. He clasped down like an eagle burying its talons deep inside the flesh of its prey. "Ow, ouch! Stop, please!" The student instinctively grabbed the hand in an attempt to shove it away. However, he wasn't successful. "Now this is what you get for sneaking away," the boy sneered. "Where you trying to sneak off to this time, Shawn?" He mocked as he raised his other arm and wrapped it around Shawn's neck, like a python slowly constricting its prey. Shawn repeatedly struck the arm, hoping for his release, but the pressure continued to build around his neck. Panicking, he writhed and struggled with all his might. His hands pulled on the attacker's arm, attempting to lessen the pressure on his neck. His legs clashed and tangled with the attacker's legs. "I have to throw him off balance," he thought as he planned his next action. "I need to target his feet." The struggle continued, but for Shawn, every clash was an opportunity, a chance to locate his attacker's feet. "I can feel it, 50 centimeters behind my right feet, in the 4 o'clock direction." Shawn shifted forward, enduring the increasing pressure on his esophagus and suppressing his desire to vomit. "I won't let you get away," hissed the attacker, shifting his right leg forward to provide extra support. "Now!" Raising his leg, Shawn stomped down as hard as he could, aligning his heel with the attacker's toes for maximum force. "Ah!" The culprit yelps and pulls away. With the grip loosened, Shawn twisted around and steeled himself for the follow-up. He pulled back his arm, held his right hand in an open palm position. He snapped his fingers together and aimed at his enemy. Without a second thought, he jabbed forward, only to come to a sudden halt. In front of Shawn was a boy bouncing up and down with his foot in his hand, each jump perfectly in sync with the music's rhythm, which leaked out of the phone's loudspeaker as a student passed by. "I didn't think I would witness this outside of a cartoon." Quickly suppressing the intrusive thought, Shawn questioned, while holding back his smile. "Nate? Oh, come on, man, you didn't need to stomp that hard," Nate complained, still hopping about. "Sorry, I panicked," Shawn said meekly, and then asked, "Are you alright?" "I'll be fine. When did you get so strong anyways?" "You know that super strength thing that the scientists talk about? The one that comes out when you get in danger? It's probably that." "Eh? Don't know what you're talking about. You know I never understand those technical things, but sure, I'll trust what you say." "Where are you headed off to anyways?" "Home, stud." "That's so boring. Let me take you to some place that's exciting," Nate declared, his eyes lit up with the mere thought of his plan. Shawn's response was cut short by a sudden tug when he realized he was dragged by his wrist towards the school gates. To maintain his balance, he had no choice but to stumble closely behind. And as he followed, he noticed something odd, something different about this person, who he called friend. Perspectives really do alter a person's understanding of a subject, he thought. How interesting that I've never realized his large stature, the strength of his arms, and how motivated he is. It almost makes him look powerful from this angle. Near the front office, two teachers were having a conversation as they watched the students rushed onto the street, like water bursting out of a broken pipe. See over there? I cannot comprehend. Why would a straight A student ever hang out with a student like that? Aggressive, rude, lacks motivation, lacks drive, not to mention failing every single one of his subjects, the sophisticated-looking teacher said, in disbelief. Yeah, I don't understand that either, the other teacher replied, trying to appease the other one. Well, time to prep for another day. Some days I really don't understand why I bother. The sophisticated-looking teacher began pacing towards the staff room. Meanwhile, the other teacher lingered, still staring out to the fading silhouettes of Shawn and Nate, lost in thoughts. Will we ever understand? Everyone speculates and ponders the reasons for why a student might act a certain way. But how many dares to remove the very masks that conceal the truth? How many realizes that they too are wearing masks? Perhaps one day the mask shall crack. If we don't give up first, that is. Either way, in the meantime, I can only hope they have someone with whom they don't feel the need to maintain their facade. You coming? Yes, sorry, I was just thinking about tomorrow's lesson. No worries. Tell me if you need any ideas for anything. Always here to help. Memory shard 1. The masks we wear.